Hello, it is Wednesday, which means it's time for the midweek Mind My Mind. And this week I was really not feeling in the mood. Quite frankly, like I've said in the comments there, like when you're not feeling it, how can you speak? Like when you're feeling bleurgh or heavy or life is just throwing shit at you and you're like, oh, I don't want to be talking to people in this energy, right? And if I was talking to you in the energy that I was feeling today, you wouldn't want to listen to me. So how do you speak when you're really not feeling it, when you're not in the mood, and yet you're in that situation where if you don't speak up, you're going to feel worse or something's not going to happen? Now, did I have to do my midweek Mind My Mind today? No. So this is, step number 2 in the process. But it is about being able to allow yourself to be where you are. So how can you speak up when you're not in the mood? And for some people, this might be every time that you're in a speaking situation. For you, it might never be the space. You might never feel like you're in the mood to share your voice, to share your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions, to ask for what you need. It might be that it's a time just now that is difficult for you. The challenge is that if we don't speak up in the situations where we're not speaking up, or if we're not speaking, if you are a speaker or you're delivering presentations and you're turning opportunities down or you're just not feeling it, then that's going to impact those who you are speaking to or those who you have chosen to not do it and not speak to. I was with a client recently and they are in a company. They're one of my corporate people that I go to and do one-on-one coaching with. And they were saying to me how they just couldn't see. They're like, well, what's the point in asking? Because I know what they're going to say. Right. And then it was like they felt like, this is where the analogy of the alley comes. It's like they just felt like they're in all they can see is the brick wall at the end of the dead end alley. And what's the point? What's the point in asking for what I want? What's the point in asking for what I need? So if you're in that energy, it's really difficult, because if we speak in that energy, then that's the energy that comes off and then we don't get the result. So how can you speak when you're not feeling it? Well, I've got some simple tips here. This is the Mind My Mind session after all. And welcome to John and Kathy, who are both watching live. Thank you. And to anyone who's watching this on replay as well, John, Kathy, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And anyone watching on replay, feel free to tag me and post a question if you want me to answer something. But here are my 3 steps that will help you to speak with more confidence, with more conviction, more clarity, even if you're not feeling it. And the first one is to remember you're human. Right? It's okay to feel blech. And there are some situations, like this situation, for example, where it's perfectly fine for you to say that. In fact, there's most situations it is okay for you to say, just to let you know, I've got stuff going on outside. Say it's a work situation. I've got stuff going on outside of work. So if I'm not quite feeling it from me today, that's the reason why. But I'm here for you now. Right? So you can let people know that you're not with it, that things are a bit difficult. You don't have to go into the details of what those things are, right? Because although some people will care, it's not relevant in that moment. B, some people will care too much, so then all they'll be able to do is feel their empathy for you, and then they won't be connecting to what it is you're saying. And C, you don't want to then put yourself into the energy of the heavy stuff. So allow yourself to be human, allow yourself to feel blech, right? And in some situations, most situations, allow yourself to say, I've got stuff going on at the moment, so but I'm, so if I seem distracted or if I lose my place, please forgive me. But I am here for you now, which brings us to step 2, which is make a choice to be there. Make a choice to be present. Make that choice. You can choose to not. Today, I could easily have chosen to not do my midweek Mind My Mind session, right? Because who's going to hold me accountable? No one's going to say, Judith, you didn't go live this Wednesday. Where was it? Or maybe I'll give that a test, and one of you will go, Judith, you didn't go live last Wednesday. Where was your midweek Mind My Mind? So I could have made the choice to not come on here. But when we make the choice to do something rather than feeling like we have to, and again, even if this is if you work for a company and you are feeling like you have to give this presentation, or you're the CEO and you have to show up and run the show, right? It's about choosing what you're bringing. I choose to bring my best self to this situation. I choose to be present, which brings us to number 3, which is I choose to be present for those people. Have a higher purpose, have something that is bigger than you, that helps you in that moment to put whatever's going on for you to one side, whether it's just that you haven't slept well or properly, or whether you've got something big and emotional going on for you, whether you've got, I don't know, the bailiffs at the door. Right? If you've got that higher purpose, if you've made a choice to be there, and you've got that higher purpose, if you can make your speaking about the benefit it's going to give the other people, that will help you step into the energy to speak in the right energy when you're not feeling it. Because you take the spotlight off you for a moment and you put it on other people. You're like, actually, if I choose to show up now, who might this help? So John's just left a comment saying, thank you for sharing. It's good to see you today, and thank you for sharing. So I don't know what you might be taking from this. And especially with something like a live, even if no one was here live with me, I don't know who's going to see this later who might need it. So when you have that higher purpose, you're connected to that thing that is bigger than you, you make it about the other people. How is this going to help? That then brings this energy, which is so good, which brings me to my little bonus point, which is doing something usually makes us feel good, usually makes us feel better. Taking action, right? And I've been in the dark space, I've been in the heavily depressed space where it's really hard to take action. But when we take action, it always changes our energy, changes our vibration. And ultimately, even if that is, I got out of bed this morning, I took action. I did achieve something. Right? So by taking action, like I choose to go and share this information with you. And I am doing it in my humanness, in saying I'm actually feeling quite and heavy at the moment. There's stuff going on. But I choose to be here, and this is about you, it's not about me. This is part of my higher purpose. So those elements all coming together help you speak in the right energy for when you're not feeling it. I hope this has been useful for you. If there are any questions or comments, please feel free to comment below, ask me below, tag me. If you don't want to share that with the world and you have a question, feel free to PM me. And if you would like more of these skills, now I'm not speaking to John right now because John has done the 2-day workshop, but if you would like more of these skills, if you'd like to be able to shift your mindset around speaking, because especially if you're one of those people for whom speaking in any situation is a making experience, then I do have my 2-day workshop happening again. I'm having twice in the next couple of months. It's happening online on the 25th and 26th of February, and it works amazingly well on Zoom. I've run it twice now. People have gone away without screen fatigue, which amazed me. And that is running on times that hopefully are better for my American friends as well. So starting at midday UK time, which is 7 a.m. Eastern time. So I know that's still a little bit early for some people who are Central or West Coast, but I've had people get up at 4 a.m. to join us before. So come and join that. Or I've got an in-person workshop happening in London on the 1st and 2nd of April, if you can make it to that. If you want to be able to step into yourself, into your voice, if you want to be able to make those shifts mentally, physically, energetically, emotionally, then that is the work. And was I feeling it today? No. Was there a part of me going, I can't be bothered? Yes. Do I feel so much more energized now that I've done this? Hell yeah. And thank you, Lisa, for the comment as well. So, here is the proof in the pudding. Right? I was not feeling it. I've got big emotional gunky stuff. I'm in limbo about something at the moment. But having done this, taking my own advice, right? You've got to practice what you preach. I'm in a different energy, which I am going to now take forward into my next task of the day. So you can do this too. Go, leave any comments, ask any questions below, and take care. See you soon.